A world covered in white.
Piss off.
As far as the eye could see, a sheet of water reached into the distance. The May sun shimmered on its surface. Above, high above, stretched a clear blue sky. The fresh new sky looked so glossy and vivid that it might spill down to earth at any moment. That was all that was reflected in his eyes. The straight line of the horizon stretched into the distance, dividing the sea from the heavens. So tranquil, he muttered. A solitary seagull traced a gentle arc in the sky as the wind carried it away. The wind, full of the smell of the ocean, blew by him gently. The din of people could be heard in the background. The merry sound of children's voices echoed brighter than the sunlight pouring down. So peaceful. It was like being inside a dream.
May the first.
10 miles from N Island. Komagahara Archipelago. Archipelago. Tokyo. The man-made island, Insel Knoll, rose above the waves of the water. It seemed like a place removed from reality. The word utopia might have sprung to mind to describe it. Oh, sorry. Actually, a slab of rock on the boat dock of this floating island. What? Okay. Actually, a slab of rock on the boat dock.
What's so hard about this line?
I don't know.
It just
either.
doesn't make sense to me.
I agree.
Actually, a slab of rock on the boat dock of this floating island were carved the following words. Where is heaven? Above the sky and at your feet. Leaning out over the railing of the island, he gazed into the ocean depths. In the blue distance, he saw a massive metallic structure swaying gently. Utopia, huh? He mumbled and looked back casually. And there was a tanuki, or raccoon dog. His eyes met those of the animals. For a moment they eyed each other in silence. Hello? To clear the air, he nodded his head. The animal turned away, ignoring him. Upon closer inspection, he noticed something biting the animal from behind.
Grr. Grr. Grr.
It was a young girl. She was shaped like a person. Looking closer revealed that there was something strange about her as well.
Damn it. Grr. Grr. Grr.
Namely,
Dog growling.
What?
That's the dog growling, not the girl.
I don't care. The girl's
Wait.
growling.
I didn't think that was the girl.
Wait. I don't care. The girl's growling.
The first one was the girl, the second one was dog.
I don't care.
they just sound the same. Namely, a tanuki attached to the girl's backside. In front of him, there was a big tanuki being bitten by a girl, who was being bitten by a smaller tanuki. The scene was enough to make him lose his sense of reality. He rubbed his eyes, rubbed them some more, and opened his eyes again. After blinking several times, the bizarre scene refused to go away.
Hola! Now if I only knew the rest of Spanish.
God damn it.
It's still tanuki.
Oh, right. I forgot to hit enter. Shut up.
Didn't click.
Would you do something about this kid?
Whispered the big tanuki.
Oh shit, that's the big tanuki?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Okay, that's good. Keep it.
Do it such a casual voice.
Alright, I did not notice that. I thought that was the kid.
I'm the kid.
Wait,
But the words didn't reach his mind, because it was so busy trying to process the absurd scene.
Grr. Grr.
That's the dog.
Grr. I'm a dog too.
Okay, you can be a dog.
I think
How do you know
that's-
it's the dog?
This one's the girl.
How do you know?
Because I have voices on!
Oh.
Oh,
Grr. Grr.
I must be dreaming, right? That was what he was really thinking. A dream. that would not let him wake up. And whiteness. A cold, white reality stretching forever. He felt the difference in temperature on his skin. The shock of it finally forced him to open his eyes. Is this the kid?
The kid.
The kid?
Yeah, is it the
This is
kid?
the kid.
Is it just gonna be kid or?
It's gonna be kid.
Why did you put the kid?
That's what Wikipedia had!
Oh my god.
He wondered how long he had been sitting. It couldn't have been.
God damn it!
What?
I thought I was gonna get a line.
Nope, just ellipses. He had only been in the park an hour. He'd been sitting on the bench the whole time. He was collecting everything. Eating the same ice cream.
It's cold.
Of course it was. It had melted into a muddy mess. The melted vanilla ice cream trickled onto his hand, spilling on his lap.
I know where this is going.
Oh, that's cold.
The ice cream slowly soaked into the fabric of his pants. Finally, the coldness of it had spread completely, soaking into his skin. He had been sitting there for a while. He had been sitting so long. But the person he was waiting for never came. There was no sign that she would. I wonder why she hasn't come. He didn't know. Why am I here? He felt like he was teetering on the verge of utter confusion.
Oh, well.
He shook his head and sighed.
This is one manly kid.
It didn't seem his pants would dry anytime soon.
What? Run!
He sensed a slight movement and a girl sat down next to him. So
What the hell? No, that's not her voice. Piss off.
Ew!
She was sporting the theme park uniform, a white outfit and a bluish ribbon. She looked like a guide.
Are you lost?
Oh my god, there's Pedo Bear in the background.
Oh! There it is.
Spaceship. A beaming, innocent smile appeared on her shining face.
Do you get
Yeah.
separated from your friends?
I've been waiting.
Oh. Waiting?
Well, I was waiting.
You were waiting? For me?
No.
He was flustered as her grinning face peered into his.
I was told to wait here. So,
I see. But it looks like they're not coming.
She gave him a sideways glance.
Listen, you've obviously been stood up and are tired of waiting. Oh, I know!
Her face suddenly lit up as she clapped her hands together.
Hey, you're alone, right?
eh?
Well, you're bored, right? I'm gonna give you a tour of... Lamu!
Oh god, now we have to pronounce it like that.
She tugged at his arm. Without waiting for his reply, she made him stand.
But I'm waiting for someone.
Waiting? For who?
Who was it? He couldn't think of the name.
Well, I don't know who you're waiting for, but... If they haven't shown up yet, I don't think you can... Don't you think you've waited long enough?
She said this happily, almost prancing about.
What'd you say? How about...
Alright.
He nodded slightly. He nodded slightly. The girl's name tag glittered brightly against the white fabric of her uniform.
Ooh.
That's supposed to be spelling out letters.
That was what it said.
I'm
Oh Christ, here we go.
I'm you!
You. But you're me. I'm you.
You're you!
I'm you? Oh, wait.
Yep.
She nodded.
My name is you. My last name is Tanaka.
You.
My real name is much longer though.
Longer.
Long, like endlessly long. But it's such a pain. Just call me you. Nice to meet you.
With that, she enthusiastically stuck out her hand.
Nice to meet you.
Without thinking, he shook her hand, and before he had realized it, he'd been sucked along to her rhythm, into her rhythm.
So, shall we go?
They released hands, reluctantly. He looked again at his hand, which had moments before connected them. The vanilla ice cream that had spilled on it had completely melted away.
Well, this is happening.
It is.
He noticed the two Tanuki had formed a line and were proceeding forward. In front of them was a massive gate that was sealed shut. The gate swung open soundlessly, and the big Tanuki, little Tanuki, and the girl went inside. Finally, my turn. They followed on their heels. This was Lemu's only entrance for visitors. Several park employees waited at the gate and handed over what looks like earphones to the visitors. It seemed that the earphones were to be used at some point up ahead. He wondered why. Looking around skeptically, but obeying instructions, he stepped into the building. He surveyed the ceiling. There were no windows. From the polished round walls, it was clear that the room was dome-shaped. He looked around. Many of the visitors who had been waiting in line headed into the room. Among them were friends, amorous couples, people with their families. The Tanuki family had, however, split up, it seemed. The big Tanuki shoved its way through the crowd of people and continued through a door on the other side of the room. The young girl stayed on the same side of the room as the little Tanuki, but I've got no clue what those Tanuki are all about. But I guess my friends aren't here either. He didn't see any familiar faces around. He figured maybe they had already taken for the far elevator downstairs. Just 20 minutes earlier, the visitor room had reached capacity, and the friends he had been waiting with gone ahead, leaving him behind to go down with the next group. Oh well, I'm sure I'll find everyone down below soon enough. Finally, the gate to the entrance slipped shut quietly. The big Tanuki fiddled with something on the wall, and the room got a darker shade.
No.